All right, what's going on, party people? This your man Griff coming to you with another video. Hey, just cutting straight to the chase. This video is about mentorship. Um, Many of you are dealing with this as an issue. I even take issue with it, and this video is not meant, and my comments are not meant to try to put down anything or anybody or what somebody's doing, but it's trying to get an understanding and clarity as to what a mentor really is. And if you're calling yourself something, if you're paying for something, then it should be something. Okay, that's the bottom line. So if you're calling yourself something, or if you're a person who's paying for something, then it should be something and something of value. You should get a return on your investment. And if you're not able to get a return on your investment to grow your business, to grow you into another level, to take you up a notch so that as a person you grow, which means then your business grows, then it is not really worth what you paid for it. It's that simple. And having high energy, a nice smile, you know, just because you've been successful to some degree, all of that is really a lot of times not enough for other people. And to be a mentor, you really gotta have your stuff together. And as a person who's a mentee, that person really has to have themselves together in order to get you to the next level. John Maxwell talks about something called the leadership lid. And your leadership lid can be on a scale of 1 to 10. And if you are basically a level 5, your leadership level is 5, the most you can actually lead or try to lead is a person who's up to a 4. Because if somebody's on the same level as you, it's going to be hard for you to try to lead them and tell them, because that means they know just as much as you, they've accomplished just as much as you. If somebody is a 6 through a 10, you most definitely really can't lead them. You can't, not even really, you just can't, because they're on a higher level than you. Now I know somebody try to pick that apart. Well, you might know one thing that they don't know. Okay, that might be that one thing, but in the totality of it, you know, two CEOs, one of them got to step back. Two top ranked quarterbacks, one of them got to step back. You think about it. When LeBron James and Dwayne Wade got together, two top basketball players, one of them had to step back. They was both on the same leadership level. And actually, Dwayne Wade was probably higher on the leadership level because, from the standpoint, he had won a championship, LeBron hadn't. But at the same time, LeBron shows a high IQ. So Dwayne Wade said, you know what, let me take a step back. Even now with this current season with the Nets, Kyrie said, let me take a step back. James, you do this, I'm going to do that. So when you're on the same level, somebody has to take a back seat to the other. It's just that that's how it works. How all that plays into being a mentor. As a mentor, if your experience level is only 5 months, the most you can do is give anybody from 0 to 4 months advice. That's really it. That's all you have to give them. That is all you have to give them. 0 to 4 months. Most people want to go beyond 4 months. So who do you look for as a mentor? Do you look for the 4 month person, the 5 month person, the year person? You probably want somebody who has more. And you might, right now, you probably say, "Oh man, Griff is making a play to be somebody's mentor." No, I'm not making a play to be anything, any kind of mentor. To be honest, I think I'm more of a coach. To get you pumped and to get you focused on what you can do, because I already know you have it in you. And I'm in the you look at the links inside down at the in the description, you'll see the difference between a coach and a mentor. There's just a difference. They are interchangeable. They're similar, but they're really not the same. And just as in a nutshell, a mentor is somebody who's there for you long term. A coach is really there short term to get you going. In most coaching situations, they already see that you have everything in you to do this, whatever it is, and then they're helping you to get it going. Mentor, that's totally different. That's somebody, as I'm looking here on the screen, you're giving them wisdom, you're giving them teachings, your support. And you can also do a combination of the two. So maybe I'm doing a combination, but I am not, vibing for anybody to say, okay, Griff is going to be my mentor. What I'm saying is you got to assess what you want in your life, what you need in your life for where you're at, in this case with this business, and then decide, does that person really have it? And honestly, to me, paying somebody $150 for 3 months worth of experience is not really good, because once you hit 3 months, and in some of these cases, as many of you have told me, and I'm seeing for myself, many people are getting 3 months in, 6 months in, and then they're quitting the notary business and calling themselves coaches, calling themselves mentors, not even coaches, just saying, I'll mentor you. And to be honest, I don't think anybody, a lot of these people don't even know what that word means and what it entails. So if they don't understand that, then how can they really be that for you? I mean, just being honest. I mean, really, if they don't even understand what the word mentor means, the definition of it, and what it truly entails, that they're supposed to do their role and responsibility, then how can they be that for you? That's no different than a man who doesn't understand what being a husband is about, or a woman who doesn't understand what being a wife is about, or a child that doesn't understand their place, that you're a child, you're not grown. It's about relationships. So in this relationship, if the people in the relationship don't understand their role, that's a problem. How can you grow? How can you move forward? Okay, this is just simple stuff. This is life experience stuff that I'm talking about here, people. Okay, this isn't buy a stamp and get a printer and then woo. No, you talking about taking somebody's heart and and injecting it with your experience and your wisdom and your knowledge, and you only got 4 or 5 months of that. There's that. That's only going to that's a that's not really taking them. So to me, somebody, that's why I've been asking people who got 2, 3, 4, 5 years in this business. And what I'm learning, that people who have at least 2 years, especially around 3 years, you've seen some things, you've learned some things. Start sharing with people in a real and unique way. Start sharing with them. I mean, not unique, in a real and an honest way. Start sharing with them. And I know a lot of the people who are 3 months in, 6 months, maybe a year in, you're probably saying, man, you messing with my money. You why you coming at me and all of that? You got a problem. It's not that I have a problem with you. It's just that in your life, would you accept somebody operating on you and they just got out of medical school and never done a surgery before? In all honesty, you probably wouldn't. And in all honesty, they don't put anybody in that position. So to me, as a mentor, you're operating on somebody's heart, trying to get their heart pumping to go and do this business the right way. And you only got 3 months experience. You only got 6 months experience. And you don't know all of the complications and all of the ups and downs and everything that a person can go through in this business. And then when they have a problem and they come to you and you got nothing for them, you can't even point them in a direction to go. To me, that's a problem. So I'm not against anybody having a mentor or anybody being a mentor, but you have to understand you can only take a person as far as you've already gone. It's that simple. You can only take a person as far as the amount of gas you have in your vehicle. It's that simple. And if the gas, which is your experience, is only 75 signings, which is great, and you've been doing this 7, 8 months and you've got 75, that's great. That's nice. And all you got is 75 signings worth of experience that you can give somebody who just came in. But what else do you have when they hit 80 in 3 months? Because of the area that they're in is popping. Now they got 80 and you still stuck at 75, or they got just as much as you. And that's why I'm not too keen on this here paying people all this money and they really don't have true experience. So what I'm doing tonight is I'm just talking. Okay. Y'all know me. I just talk. And these thoughts have been going through my mind, and just listening to the people who've called me. I say, you know what? People really need to understand what being a mentor is, being a coach, all of that. And I actually was going to pull out my old materials and do some studying, pull some definitions and all that. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna let y'all figure this out because I know you can. So in the description there's some links to websites, definitions, videos, and I want you to just take time out and look at them. I'll probably create a playlist and put the playlist in there, and y'all have at it. Have at it. To the people who call themselves mentors, you really need to take this serious because you're messing with people's lives. There are people out here, and especially those of you who are 35 and younger, you're talking about working with people who are 40, 50, 60 years old. They're in a different phase of their life. You need to come right and exact and not be playing around and just telling them stuff just to get money out of them, just to keep them along, stringing them along. You need to be there for people. You need to be available. And that's one of the things that a mentor is. A mentor is available, is there, one way, shape, or form. Now, whether they utilize you or not, that's different. But you have to be there. And if you don't have the ability to be there, then you need not to call yourself something that you can't hold up to. This is just in life, whether you're a notary or not, period. And to be honest, I really think we should be looking at each other as colleagues rather than this competitive thing because, I think we should be colleagues. And that's how I look at you. I look at you as my colleague. And it's hard for me to sit here and say, okay, as my colleague, you need to pay me for my information. In my W-2 job, when I had that, if somebody needed something from me, just say, Griff, I need to know this. Here you go. Here's the information. I wasn't making people pay me. Now, if they decided to show their generosity or gratitude for what I did for them and buy me lunch or whatever, or, the holiday season come and they want to give me, okay, fine. But as I've always said, my help is free. You need help, here it is. Because I actually look at you as a colleague, somebody who I'm in this business with. If you as a notary slash mentor person, a mentoring notary, if you can't look at the people who you're mentoring as a colleague, as somebody that you could send business to, then you're looking at them really, in my opinion, as a competitor. And when you're looking at somebody as a competitor, what information are you really going to give them to give them an edge that could push you out of the way? Because when you're competing with somebody, you don't really give them your trade secrets. When you're competing with somebody, you don't really truly give them the truth that could be beneficial and help them out. Colleagues, if you're confident in who you are, you're my colleague, Here's the information. Now, what you do with it is up to you. And that's why I say, and many of you know, I've called you. I say, I look at you as colleagues. That's why, when I know a lot of the young people call me Mr. Grip, and I know young people thinking I'm picking on it. I'm not picking on you. It's just that I grew up, if you 40 and above people should be teaching y'all, should be educating y'all, should be helping y'all, because there's certain experiences that y'all haven't had that we have. And I know not every 40-year-old can teach and can have something valuable to say because of how they are. They might be bumming. And I know there's some 35 and younger people who are very, very well versed and have gone through some things and have something great to share. I get that. And if that's you, excellent. But in the majority of the time, that's not the case. And for those of you who are 36 to 39, I haven't forgot you. You're in that transition phase where you're moving into 40 and your mindset is changing and your whole outlook on life is changing. And that what excited you a few years ago no longer excites you. And you're looking at what is going to be my legacy? How am I going to be? How am I going to be able to survive when it comes time for retirement? And that's what you're looking at. So you're in a different category and fifth phase. That's why I don't really say too much about the 36 to 39-year-olds. And I know somebody's going to have something to say about all of that, what I just said, and that's fine. But 40-year-olds and above, we're supposed to be at a stage in our life where we can share to the younger generation and help them out. And yeah, I'm concerned when I have somebody who's 26 years old saying that I've been doing this here for 5 months and I can teach you and I can show you. It's like, okay, well, what can you show me? You can only show me your 5 months worth of experience. That's really it. As a 40-year, I'm 53. As a 53-year-old man, I need more than just your 5 months. I need a whole lot more. Do you have more? All I got is 5 months, man. Okay. I need more. So trying to mentor somebody and you have limited experience, I think you have to think twice about that sometimes, because you wouldn't want somebody who's very young and naive in certain things to be educating your children. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't want somebody who is young and naive in something trying to tell your husband and your wife how to do certain things. I mean, you wouldn't want somebody who's only been married 3 or 4 months trying to tell your wife how to be married, and she only like, okay, you just got married. Y'all still honeymooning. What can you tell me? So, and one of the things I share with y'all all the time is that it is up to you as the business owner, the grown up, the notary, to make sure the information you're getting is of value to you, a return on investment, and is helping you toward the bottom line of being able to do those notarizations correctly. If it's not worth the money. It's not. It is not. I think some of these mentors should just share information. And if that information is solid and deems good, then they give to you. They give to that mentor. Okay. Because you really got it. I mean, if you got 6 months or less in this business, a year or less, to me, you got to really be coming right and exact. You got to be solid. So I just wanted to share my heart about this, because there are a lot of people who have called me and expressed some serious remorse on how much money they've spent for mentorship, and these people aren't available to them. They can't get with them. They're supposed to have one-on-one mentorship with somebody, and then they're doing this group thing because the person is overstretched. They got too much going on, and they can't take the time to help you out individually. So what they do is they pull everybody in together and say, okay, here's some answers to some questions that might be there. that might have come up that you might think, and here's some answers. Okay, now y'all take that and go, and I'll see you next time. And don't forget to make sure you got the money in your account. So when I debit it for my mentorship fee, nothing bounces, or I'm gonna come get you. That's not really mentorship. To me, that's just a money grab. If you're gonna be there for somebody, be there for somebody. It's about relationships. So let me show you this here, and then I'm gonna end. And y'all need to check out these books over here. I don't know why they're so fuzzy. And there they go. All right. Y'all need to check out them books. Great books. Will change your mindset. So, all right, let me pull this up real quick. Sorry about that. Didn't have. All right. So, let me switch over to that. All right. A guide to understanding the role of a mentor. And this was written just 2 years ago, a little more than less than 2 years ago, 2019. So here we go. Yep. So it says mentoring and coaching, similar but not the same. I'm down here. And basically, it says mentoring consists of long-term relationship focused on supporting the growth and development of the mentee. The mentor becomes a source of wisdom, teaching, and support, but not someone who observes and advises on specific actions or behavioral changes in daily work. And that for us, that would be the notary work. Coaching typically involves a relationship of finite duration, meaning it's short term, with a focus on strengthening or eliminating specific behaviors in the here and now. Coaches help professionals correct behaviors that detract from their performance or strengthen those that support stronger performance and around a given set of activities. Both mentoring and coaching offer incredibly valuable developmental support. However, one offers high level guidance for long term development, while the other provides a more immediate development in a targeted area. So, you need to look at the stuff that I put down here for mentorship, and you need to really determine whether you are actually operating properly as a mentor, and whether or not you're actually out getting what you need to get from that mentor, because it's about relationships. And what's the core or the root word of relationships? Relate. And you have to be able to relate to one another. And if you can't relate to them, and it's, again, it's no disrespect, but it's hard for me to relate to a 25-year-old trying to tell me how to run business when this might be their first time running a business. They might not even have the LLC set up. They might don't even understand. I mean, there's a lot that they may not have. Just as it's hard for me to be with a 50-year-old person, and I've done 3 businesses myself, and then they haven't done any, and they're trying to tell me how to do. So what? And it's hard for a young person to listen to an older person who's trying to tell them what to do, and that older person hasn't accomplished anything of significant value. So across the board, it goes both ways in all directions. You want somebody who can carry you further than you can imagine you can go. If you can imagine yourself doing this for 6 months, you need somebody that can carry you beyond that point, that can show you that you can be doing this for 2 years or 5 years. And you need somebody that's that far ahead to guide you and to take you there. Because if you see, okay, yeah, I can see myself doing this for, yeah, a year from now, I think you have it in you to figure it out. You can figure out how to do this thing for the next 12 months. You don't need a mentor. You can figure it out, period. But if you can't see yourself beyond a year, beyond 2 years, then that's where to me, you need a mentor. You need somebody to show you. So I saw myself back when I started being able to do this for 2 years, even up to 2.5. I said, I even actually really gave myself 3. I needed to be with somebody and get knowledge and understanding from somebody who was beyond that. And once I found that person, then it's like, okay, boom. And now I'm watching them and I'm learning from them to get pulled beyond that. That's why I said months ago, if you can't see yourself doing this for 5 years consecutively, you you need to double check yourself and really think about it. Because if you're talking about going full time, you need to be able to see yourself doing this for 5 years straight. Because you need to put in that type of time and effort. And I'm talking about as a part time. I mean, you got to be willing. Like, okay, if all of a sudden the opportunity came and I can do this here full time, can you see yourself doing it from that point for 5 years to really get yourself established? If you can, great. You have a great opportunity and you should do very, very well. If you can't see yourself doing this for 5 years and you've been doing this for 6 months or a year and you're like, 5 years of doing this, beating the pavement, going to homes, dealing with babies, dealing with, pop up gopher kids, all of that kind of stuff, cats licking your ankles, birds flying on your back. If you can't see yourself dealing with that, and it doesn't matter whether it's with a signing service or a direct client, then you need to think twice and just realize, okay, this is my level, this is where I'm at. So that's just my take on it. I mean, the bottom line, and I think y'all understand my heart, I just don't want people being taken advantage of. And I just don't like this thing of people out here just extracting all this money from people who haven't even gotten their first signing, charging people $150, basically charging you a signing fee. And what you're getting in return is no different than probably what they're doing with. I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not. All I know is what they're giving you. If they're giving you lackluster, what are they giving other people? What are they doing in their notary business? Because if they're lackluster with their knowledge and information they're sharing with you, they can't be all that great in their notary business, or unless they just don't know how to communicate knowledge and information very well, and that could be the case. So that's it. I can go on and on and on, but I just want y'all to be successful. And if you're doing this coaching thing, this mentoring thing, take this stuff serious. Take a class on it. Do something. Stop calling yourself something that you really haven't become. I mean, you really haven't become that after 6 months. After you had a $3,000 month, revenue month. Wow, I made $3,000. I can coach you. No. Mm-mm, mm-mm. And lastly, a lot of people have asked me this question: what has been the key to my success? The key to my success has been I did not get involved in Facebook groups that were negative. I mean, that were negative. I didn't even know these other groups existed. I was not on YouTube listening to people barking at me and telling me how I supposed to just charge all this extra money, telling me what I can't do, what I shouldn't be doing. I was not involved in any of that. I was in one Facebook group and that was it. And everybody in there and on the Zoom calls was talking positive, was talking about how to grow the business, how to go out here and make sure you're doing these notarizations correctly. This other stuff that's being said in these other Facebook groups, I was not privy to that. I did not hear that stuff. And every person that I know that was caught up in that stuff have slowly gotten out of the business. That's why I've been in, because I did not get inundated with that negativity. That has been the key to my success, I believe, because I grew up right in this business. I didn't grow up looking at Facebook for guidance and support. I didn't. I got it from people who knew the business, who grew their business, who've been in it further, longer than, as far as longer than what I could see myself doing. I saw myself for 3 years doing this, hoping it could go longer. And I connected with people who was much further than I was, and the information they shared with me was not any of this negative stuff. It was encouragement, it was practicality, it was common sense, it was steps to succeed as a notary. That's what I received. And many of you have not received that, and that is why you're struggling. And I'm going to do everything I can to provide that to you to the best of my ability. That's what I'm going to do for you. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Almost 5,000 subscribers. I am truly humbled by that, touched by that. Can't believe that it's grown to this level, but I'm here for y'all. I'm here. All right. Y'all have a good one. Peace.